today, or what's the deal this weekend?
I'll be getting the second clue on Saturday. I won't be able to go out, though. I've got to do hair for somebody's wedding on Saturday, so I'll be kind of busy all morning.
Well, your husband will, right?
My husband will have to go out. It's so frustrating to sit with this clue, and you think you can figure it out, but you just can't. So
on this hunt, by the way, for people who don't know, Heather's part of this treasure hunt where there are two huge, I don't know, huge, but silver bars worth,
yes.
Like 50 grand or something like that.
They're worth like five. I think they're almost $6,000 worth right now.
So my question is, so it's not like where if you get clues not by getting to the next location.
It's not like a road rally.
Okay.
Like where it
like
leads to one
Race,
location.
right.
No, it's not like that. We've been given one clue and trying to figure out the location based on that clue, and then we'll be given. No, I'm surprised nobody has found it yet.
Why?
Because there's just so many people out there looking for it.
Treasure hunts and these things like that, if they're done properly, there's no way people get it in one clue.
No, I'm very glad. I am very, very glad no one's found it yet. So we're all going to be given another clue on Saturday morning, and the hunt will intensify for sure, without a doubt. All right, you guys. So Hasbro is removing a very, very popular Trolls toy. Trolls doll, anyway, from the store shelves after numerous complaints say that the doll's button is inappropriately placed and actually grooms children for abuse. So this doll, it's a Poppy doll. I don't know if you've seen the Trolls World Tour movie or not. If you have young kids, I'm sure you're aware of this movie.
We've seen it.
But this doll has a button that's actually placed right between her legs. And when you push this little button, it makes the doll kind of gasp and giggle. Okay?
Oh,
now what's crazy is that on the box for this doll, it doesn't say anywhere about this button. It talks about how you push the doll's belly and the doll will start laughing and giggling. So one mom posted a very angry video on Twitter about this once they discovered this other button. Down here is a button right here on her privates, and if you push those, she makes these sounds. Like a gasping sound. This button, it says nothing about this button on the box. Nothing. So
I'm watching the video right now. Oh my God.
I understand it. I get why people are upset about it. There's a petition online. Over 250,000 people have signed it. And Hasbro says that, hey, there was nothing sexual intended about the placement of this button.
Okay.
But they have issued an apology.
Okay, maybe, I'm furious here. Maybe they're right. There was nothing, but when you go through, when you're putting out a product, a major company like Hasbro, and they sit there and they test it and they go through, and they even have their drawings and things like that. You tell me nobody said, I don't think this is right. The only thing it's oh my God.
I agree. And the fact that it was like this secret button, too, that it wasn't made public, it wasn't announced on the box, it is very alarming. Anyway, they're taking the doll down. They did say that they will provide consumers with a replacement doll if you'd like to get a new one. So
he seriously believes they did this just to get the negative attention on purpose, to get publicity, just to go through all.
It's possible.
Because I just don't understand how it makes the cut.
It's possible.
How does it make the cut?
I don't know.
In other words, there's always that person, isn't there? The last person that gives the seal of approval.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They're sending meetings, high up corporate meetings.
Heather started the news with some racist up north, so I guess anything's possible in this day and age.
For sure. It's pretty wild. You guys, the governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, tested positive and then tested negative for COVID-19. So he had one of those false positive tests. So his first result came ahead of this planned meeting with the president. Took the test, came back positive, so that meeting was canceled. He went home, was going to quarantine for 14 days, and then later that same evening, Thursday night, he took a second test, and that came back negative. He's since taken another test, and that came back negative as well. And the plan is for he and his wife to then take another test on Saturday.
Does anything really make this whole testing thing look worse than that. Getting negatives and positives on the same person, and it's happening to high-profile people who you would think be getting better tests, like DeWine and Matthew Stafford.
You're right.
It's just, to me, this is the most sickening thing about how our government's handled this in general. And I'm not getting political. I'm saying both sides. I'm saying across the board that we're at this state 4.5, 5 months into this.
No, it's nuts. And then it's weird going through Twitter on the break. I saw Urban Meyer's wife, Shelly X-E-Y-E-R, because she can't have M in her, still play that freaking game. She tweets out, so how many tests do we need before we know the truth? I don't trust any test, and I will not test until I have symptoms, and even then will be skeptical. Haven't had symptoms yet. I've been in many venues and with many people, nothing. God, please continue to protect me. Okay. Whatever, Shelley. Use all the letters of the alphabet. Your husband doesn't understand.
I mean, I agree with her what she said about the testing. The second part, she's starting to make almost assumptions. You could see that she doesn't believe the thing is as serious as it is by going to the venues.
Right. I don't know. Keep going.
But it would make you question a test result if you went and took a test right now.
Oh yeah.
After hearing these stories, for sure. I feel like yesterday in particular, but all week I've been talking about these shows that are being rebooted over and over. All these old shows are coming back. Well, this isn't a show, but it is a movie. Jennifer Grey is actually bringing back her beloved Dirty Dancing character to the big screen. So they're basically remaking Dirty Dancing with Jennifer Grey. She's going to star in it.
Well, she's not going to play the same character. They can't put baby in the corner again because she's not a baby again.
But she could be an adult baby. Right? And go back to camp with her own children?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
That kind of thing. She could bring the role back, obviously, in maybe a different way. I'm not a huge fan of this idea. I think Dirty Dancing was great as it was, and just leave it there.
Especially since Patrick Swayze's dead.
Exactly.
You can't dance.
And he made the movie. She was just okay.
I mean, I get
in the movie.
The popularity of this movie, I get it. I mean, I understand it. It's more of a chick flick and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
My mom watched this so much when I was a kid. With a passion. Because back then, I had no desire to sit through something like that. I'm wanting to watch, Double Header or something like that.
Yes, sir. It was in one of our top 64 movie lines.
Oh, I remember that.
All right, thank you very much, Heather. Coming up later in the program, we'll hear from former Lion coach Jim Caldwell. He's on a
Business Month with all you need to Office Anywhere. Save up to 45% on computers and servers with Intel Core processors. Upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Plus save on top brand tech while enjoying free shipping on everything. And special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-ASK-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the tech that's just right. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusinessdeals.
Today on Hey Culligan, hard water hurts. Appliances. Go for Glenn. Hey Culligan, my appliances aren't that old and they're already on the fritz. Sounds like your hard water might be giving your water appliances a hard time, but there is hope in the form of a Culligan high-efficiency water softener that helps extend the life of dishwashers, washing machines, heating systems. Okay, hey Culligan. Yeah, Glenn? Yeah. Glenn, one high-efficiency appliance-saving softener already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
All right, 97.1 The Ticket. We've been doing this, I think we started doing this maybe in June, maybe in July. Pick a different number. We're going in order from 1, who the greatest Detroit sports athlete is, who wore that number. We put it up on a Twitter poll, and we've narrowed them down to 4 athletes. And we've done a pretty good job. I mean, most of them have been pretty obvious who've won. We've had some fun with some obscure ones. And as the numbers really start to increase, depending on how long we do this, like the 90s, the choices are going to be low. I have to say that number 16, yes, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite number for Bobby Clark, is pretty damn impressive. And I think there are 2 definite no-brainers with the audience. I think there's 3 no-brainers because of qualifications, but one of these persons is really old. And then the 4th I think is legit, but there's other people that might not. So here we go. And you guys, Greg and Tom, just nod. The no-brainers for me.
You should probably say something. It's radio.
You
said nod.
Nod, okay, yes. Probably should.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's been a long week. No-brainer number 1, Hall of Famer Bob Lanier. To me, there's no doubt for the Pistons. He's a great player. Also played for the Milwaukee Bucks, but the Dauber was incredible.
Was also mentioned in Airplane.
That's true. That's exactly right.
Just one knock on him winning and a playoff success. Did they ever get beyond the semifinals?
Maybe
in the conference?
Probably not. That's a legitimate knock. The other number 16, I think, is a no-brainer, and Vladimir Konstantinov. I think he will game, but I think it's there are other people that are obviously qualified, so he's a no-brainer.
Right. Are we going to get on this campaign too about getting that retired?
Maybe. We'll see how
I know it hasn't been worn since.
I know.
But I would love to see that in the rafters.
All right. The other one that, accomplishment no-brainer should be up there, but I know people, it doesn't resonate with a lot of people. 2-time baseball MVP and Hall of Famer Hal Newhouse with Detroit Tigers.
Well, the last words you just said have to make it a lock.
I would agree.
He has got to be on this list because he's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Now, is he going to get a lot of votes? I don't know.
Probably not.
I think on these 3 right now, Vladdy would run away with it.
Right. Now, before this morning, I had somebody else as my 4th one, and that would have been Michigan quarterback Denard Robinson. The excitement level, taking him to a BCS game, rushing for 1,000 yards, passing for 1,000 yards, probably the only first person to ever do that, maybe still the only person ever to do that.
You know what? He may be a topic for another day as well, because I believe he may be the most tarnished athlete that's ever played in this area because of his association with an arrow.
Yeah, you're right.
He was absolutely unbelievable, but because Michigan fans, some like me, didn't really like the style, you can't deny how good he was. I mean, if he went to Ohio State right now with what they're running, they might win a national title with him.
Do you guys realize that Denard Robinson is the number 2 leading rusher in Michigan football history.
No, and that
Right. Behind Mike Hart, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, so he could be in there, but this person that I have is my number 4, Mike Topham, and he also is a University of Michigan player. Barry Larkin. Took the Michigan's baseball team to the College World Series twice. Big Ten Player of the Year. Got to forget, for our arguments, forgetting about his Major League career where he's in the Hall of Fame. But between Barry Larkin and Denard Robinson, in my book, I'm going to go with Barry Larkin. And I didn't think about that until I got to look this one.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on this one. I know we're not counting the pros, but how are you going to separate these two guys? And he did go to, I guess making the College World Series is the same as making a BCS game.
Right.
Because it is 8 teams, I mean, in the College World Series. So, and they didn't win it.
No.
So, but he went twice.
Right.
Denard only went once to a BCS game. But again, Denard was crippled by a guy who didn't believe he had to play defense.
That's true.
How many games do they win if they had just any kind of defense?
Oh, no. Well, he won 11 when he had Brady Hoke, right?
Yeah.
Other people to consider. Guy 9th in Big Ten history in touchdown passes and 15th in yards, your boy John Navarre.
He can't get on there ahead of these other guys.
Also, another really good Michigan quarterback in the 80s, a couple Rose Bowls, Steve Smith.
Yeah. He was good, but
All right.
game manager almost, and he had Anthony Carter, didn't he, for part of his time?
Tom Brookins. David Wells.
David Wells is he? Yeah, if you're doing it in New York or somewhere else, maybe, but not here.
3 years for the Tigers. Aaron Burbridge, Michigan State, one of the great receivers that played Michigan State. They also have some pretty good quarterbacks who wore number 16 as well. Jimmy Ray back in the 60s. Waterford Kettering's own Jim Miller, New Year's High School. Billy Burke as well. And we can't forget the Lions, guys. Gary Danielson, Milt Plum, Chuck Long. And if you're a real old Red Wing